following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
To the adventure from Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Well, what the fuck, Wednesday? Yep, it's the Adventures Pipeman here on W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. And it's What the Fuck Wednesday, and we have a What the Fuck guest. I'll introduce her when she's on instead of now. But she might be a serial killer if... Oh, no, that's not the name of this episode. It's you might be in love with a serial killer if... Well, let's find out what the if is. Let's bring on the pipe nuts and the infamous, legendary forensic handwriting expert and true crime expert of this show, Nanette Barto.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so now I have two people on the show that think they come on the radio and they should have like a different voice. Like their radio voice. And now I know where the problem is, because I meet these women in online dating and they're like, can I hear your radio voice? I'm like, what the fuck?
There you go. Wednesday. What the fuck?
I mean, this is my voice. No, really. Can you do your radio? They actually do say that. No, really. They say exactly that. No, really. Can you do your radio voice? I'm like, we don't make up a voice. But then you have people like Rebel, and now like you, Nanette.
Oh, God.
And now I understand. It finally makes sense to me. Okay?
I'll do my best to not be excited anymore.
I know, right?
It's not the excited. It's not the excited. The excited is great. It's the changing. But, okay, so the thing is we absolutely love that laugh, and when a laugh like that, you might be a serial killer. Just saying.
Maybe.
I have a feeling. Anybody that investigates serial killers are probably serial killers anyway. Okay.
In training.
Anybody that's fascinated by serial killers is a potential serial killer. Okay.
Isn't everybody? I mean,
well, Rebel just told us a lot, didn't she, Nanette? Okay.
I could probably find traits in your handwriting that suggest that you are.
Yeah. And
I would like to submit some different years of handwriting, because I have handwriting throughout the years, just to see what you think about it. And you can't find bodies that way, right?
Okay. Yeah. So I gotta say that, I wish it was 11/11, because I wish I was a serial killer.
Why would you wish that?
Because sometimes I sit there and I'm like, man, why can't I just snap like normal people? Okay, like everybody gets this opportunity to snap. They get forgiven. They get forgiven for snapping, and then, I mean, come on, look at all the women that all love serial killers. Like, if I want to find the love of my life, I think I have to become a serial killer. That's what my research of 58 years has taught me.
For the right person, you can even get pardoned.
See, it's all about who the person. But I mean, think about it. Okay, it's a TV show, but let's call it what it is. Every TV show has some basis in reality, and so who is the best? Who's the one that loves Dexter the most? another serial killer. Like, okay, so like it's like, I mean, okay, so I have a
That's
question.
why he's blonde right now. Now I get it.
I want your expert opinion, Nanette. Okay, I want your expert opinion right now. Okay, so everybody knows on this show I have 3 loves of my life. They have evolved, which I don't know if it's healthy because it used to be 3 real life people. They were like unattainable. They were unattainable, but they were real life people.
Why were they unattainable? Just because they're already previously with someone, or you just don't think you can attain them?
It has nothing to do with me. I have all the confidence in the world. You should know that, Rebel. I'll hit on
Right.
anybody.
So why
that
are they
comes on my show.
unattainable? Then why are
Because
they
like they're married or whatever the reason
Happily?
is. Okay.
Happily.
Well, is anybody really happily married? I mean,
Some
like
people,
A
I
serial killer.
my
Until
okay,
it's work.
how to be a serial killer, you can be happy. Okay, so this should be motivational.
You
Monday.
said.
This should be motivational Monday. I have new strategies for happiness, motivation, and a stress-free life. And that is, never mind. I shouldn't say this because they're going to come after me. Okay,
Don't
but
say it.
the real
Just
serial
call it stress
killer-
management.
Yeah, well, the real serial killers are going to come after me, and I'm not talking about like Son of Sam or Ted Bundy or the Zodiac Killer. I'm talking about like the government. Okay, well, never mind.
Well.
Did I say that out loud?
You
Shit,
did.
see,
out
that's
loud.
what happens. Shit is in my head, and recently it's been starting to come out of my head, and that's bad. Okay, so
Don't have that
you
filter.
get self-homicided.
2 of the 3 of my loves of my life are not real life people. They're actual characters. Okay.
Oh.
The 3rd one was unattainable till recently
Ooh.
because she just got divorced.
Oh, well, there you go.
So we'll see if we can line up an interview with her. Okay.
In person would be best.
Well, it is a good idea. Think about it, Nanette. What better pickup line than would you like to be on my radio show? Like,
Or have you killed anybody lately?
well, think about it. Okay,
Would you like to buy a Groupon?
Yeah, that too. That too. Well, think about it. Rebel can testify.
I'll group on
to
us
this.
a date.
How many years have you been on my show, Rebel? Like 52 million? Okay, but anyway, okay, you are my testimony. You're the only co-host that has actually lasted all these years. Okay. And survived all abuse. For that, you should get a Medal of Honor, the highest medal you get. You should get. Okay,
That's not a participation trophy now, is it?
but no, not at all.
Okay, good.
Not at all.
Good.
But what I do want to say is that you have witnessed several times that I have manifested getting somebody on my show that would be somebody I would probably hit on. But more importantly, you have witnessed in real life me meeting a woman, and the first line is, "My name is Dean, and I have a radio show." Am I lying?
You never hit on me.
Yeah, well, that should say something. Am I right, Rebel? Am I right?
Well, I mean, it could say either of 2 things, but
I also tend to think
count your blessings.
I tend to think that all the female hosts on the network they all want the Groupon. That's what I think.
Do they?
I think they really do. Listen,
I think we need to poll the audience on that one.
Well, I can tell you I had one who was a show host who literally, yeah. I don't know if she was holding the Groupon in her hand, but she was waiting outside my gate one night after my show. And I came home from my show and I kept driving.
I can't go home. There's a Groupon groupie.
Totally. Like, Has anybody informed them that this thing is fake anyway? I don't know. But
Nope.
here's the thing, okay? So, but it is true in life. Okay, so going back to the two other people, one of them is Harley Quinn, psycho serial killer. There you go. Okay.
With a purpose, though.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm all about serial killers with a purpose, for sure. And I like loner serial killers. I don't want them to be part of some government scheme or something. I want them to just be a lone wolf out there in the world. Okay.
You want to prove their independence.
I want them to prove that they truly are a serial killer and not just a paid actor. Okay. And so,
not the reenactors, just the real thing.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and in case anybody's listening to this on YouTube or anywhere else, and AI's listening and AI knows what this means, okay, this is called satire. Okay.
I don't think AI understands satire.
I've already had the FBI visit me once. I don't want it to happen again. Okay, so just remember this is satire, maybe. And
maybe.
Okay, so
I don't know, but I've been told.
So seriously, and you know what? Last night could have been my presidential address if you fucking listeners, what the fuck, would vote for me. Jesus Christ. Okay. I mean, I need more than 5
this year.
I need more than 5 votes to win the presidency, people. So we're going for it in 2028. And I promise all the women listening that if I'm voted, if Pipeman is voted for pres, no, I will find you a serial killer just for yourself.
No, one to pardon. You'll find a serial killer to pardon. So everybody put up the best bid.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever pays me the most, puts the most into my campaign, is going to get the pardoned serial killer. It's kind of like, see, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should bring slavery back. It's just we use serial killers. Oh, wait a minute. They're already slaves. They're in jail and prison, and they work for 14 cents an hour or some shit like that. So, yes, I forgot they already are doing slave labor. Okay, good job, government. And so, anyway,
I got an email recently from somebody who said they were being human trafficked and they are a slave.
Really?
And they had the ability to tell you this?
Is it male or female?
It says John Paul, so I want to say male, but you know, RuPaul, like I don't know these days.
No, it's not. No, it's a drag queen that does John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin. Like that's her gig. It's a.
I gotta check this email now. What?
It's a drag queen. Okay, it's a drag queen that their character that they're doing drag for is John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin. That's why it's John Paul. Couldn't use the whole John Paul Jones because that would be like a copyright infringement.
John Paul Johnson.
Oh, that's a porn star that pretends to be John Paul Jones.
Sounds like a French one. Jean Paul.
Jean Paul. Except for he spelled it completely American.
Jean-Paul Johnson.
Is he offering to show you his Johnson?
He is not. In fact, he
you
said
sound
that
very upset about it. You sound very. You prove my point that women love serial killers. Okay.
No, they love me. There's a difference.
With a serial killer, if there you go.
Maybe it's my empathy. Maybe it's my care. I don't know, but they're attracted to me. It's the opposite way around.
I kind of think it's your laugh.
Okay?
Because you have that. It's like a serial killer mating call.
Shut up.
A serial killer mating call?
Right. That wasn't even the right laugh.
So here I have on my show, we have Rebel, who has the pedophile mating call.
Oh.
Give us
what?
give us your pedophile mating call, Rebel.
All right. First of all, that is definitely not. Please.
Wait. I want you to do it.
That is
okay.
So
and I want Nanette to judge whether that's a pedophile mating call. Do your voiceover, Rebel. Do it. Do it. Come on.
Oh my God, always let me do this. I can't believe you just terrible, always doing this.
Yeah, that screams come get me, older guys. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
see? Okay, I like, here's what she does.
The way he said it made it seem like I was the sick one.
No, you're drawing in the pedophile.
You're doing the mating call. Like, I'm not saying that's a serial killer. I mean, she might be, but I wasn't saying that. I was saying her laugh is the mating call for the serial killers to come to her. So same thing with you. Yours gets all the pedophiles coming to you. So here is my platform for 2028. You guys will be in my cabinet. The two of you will be in my cabinet, and we can eliminate.
That sounds freaky.
We can eliminate all pedophiles and serial killers because you'll use your superpower to draw them in, and then we could just lock them up in one of those prisons where you're forgot about, the Supermax. Somewhere.
See, I thought that cabinet had a lock on it, and I started getting scared about all your capabilities.
I know, right?
We're gonna be in the cabinet.
I was wondering if
does that cabinet have a lock on? I've got questions.
No,
there's no skeletons in his closet. I'll just say that there's no skeletons in his closet. There's only Groupon groupies in his closet.
But she's partially right. That might be the new Groupon for 2025 coming out. What she's talking about. It'll be 7 minutes in heaven in the pipe closet.
7 minutes?
Remember
like
that
48 hours is
remember that game remember that game 7 minutes in heaven? Hey, I'm a guy, I can only give you 7 minutes. Okay, you want to have more than that, get a lesbian.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Hey, you should be happy if a guy lasts 7 minutes. Come on. Okay. It's usually 2. That's why Iron Man wrote 2 minutes to midnight, because that's exactly what that song means.
And then what? He goes to sleep?
Pretty much, or plays Madden football. It depends on who you are. If it's me, I go play Madden football.
You'd rather work those fingers on a piece of plastic?
Yeah, because the plastic doesn't talk back.
If you ever call him and he says he's playing Madden football, beware.
Oh, we know what he's doing. What was that? Dane Cook? He did the Mario Bros.
Well, that leads me to ask you something, Nanette. Have you ever been with somebody that dressed up like Mario or Luigi? I bet
absolutely not. Those mustaches are creepy.
I bet your Rebel has. Rebel has, haven't you? See, she's not even saying anything, which means she has 100%. Okay?
Which one? The short one or the tall one?
I prefer Mario. Both, but Mario was better.
That way, when she gives him a Bloody Mary, it doesn't even show up on his clothes.
I went so many places with that.
Okay.
Was it spicy?
Okay, let's talk about JFK, RFK, Martin Luther King, Son of Sam, Ted Bundy, Charles Manson, and the Zodiac Killer. What do they all have in common? Nanette
They're
Barto.
in jail or dead.
It's all pretty much unsolved.
Why do you think?
Government conspiracies.
No, not another conspiracy. How come there's so many conspiracies nowadays? Like,
because
I grew
they turn
up,
it into
it's
one.
like back. It's like those things. Those jabs. Okay, because
injections.
Okay.
All right, can't say those words because AI does not understand them.
Because it used to be when I was a kid. Okay, you got a few of them. Now, if you're a kid, you got to get 2,568 of them. Okay.
Yes.
So it's kind of like the same thing, isn't it?
Parents need to put their foots down.
Right.
So
serial killer, definitely.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, okay, so I had an injection in my neck because I have osteoarthritis in the neck from headbanging, and I still headbang, from surfing, and I still surf, and
I
from
thought he said head bagging. That goes back to serial killing again. If you're bagging heads.
No, I wouldn't bag them because then I wouldn't be able to see them clearly. I like them. I like them better, just like all exposed by themselves. So it has the realistic look to them.
Taxidermy?
No, that doesn't make it real. No, you need all the.
If they're staring right back at you, come on now.
You need the decomposition and all that stuff for it to be real. I want it to be like I want it to just sit.
It starts to smell.
I want it to decompose in my living room.
And the bugs show up. How do you feel about the bugs?
Well, it's good protein. And like if I'm in Mexico, I can make a taco.
That's why he moved to higher up.
Right.
That's why you moved to a higher rise apartment. We know now. Because you think it don't stink as much up there when you're rotting the bodies, or they don't smell them as easy when they're on the ground.
You know, it's not really because of that. It's because I have this zip line from my balcony to the next building. And so I slide the bodies down that zip line. So
into someone else's house.
Whoever's in the top floor of that building, they're getting blamed because I'm putting them right on their balcony.
Do you leave the windows open for vultures to come in?
You know, I tried that, and then the ravens were coming in and pecking at my head while I was sleeping, so I decided not to do that anymore. I did really in my other other pipe cave.
No. No, they weren't.
This pipe cave has screens on the sliding glass doors, which is good. The other pipe cave did not. And I did see, I told you there's always some sort of truth in things. Because the ravens or the crows, whatever they were, hang out at my balcony, and it was kind of cool. But then there were times at night I'd have the window open and I'm like, I hope they don't just fly right into my condo, you know? And so then I started closing the door. So there is some truth to that. Except I don't remember except I don't remember checking in the head. Which reminds me, I was just watching a TV show where somebody got so drunk they were using his head as a dartboard. Has that ever happened to you, Nanette? Because I know you get pretty drunk.
I've thrown a dart at somebody's head, but no, I've not been.
Tell us that story. I want to hear that story. This sounds like a possible serial killer. This is a possible serial killer story. Okay, tell us, Nanette.
There's definitely some drinking going on, but you just don't double doggy dare Nanette. And they actually said you couldn't hit that with the broadside of a barn or something to that effect. So I turned around and boom, hit him.
See, I love that. Yeah, don't talk shit unless you know I'm actually bad at whatever you're talking shit.
I didn't really want to hit that board, but I really wanted to hit your head.
Headshot, 10 points.
There it is. Hey, while we're at
Bullseye, baby.
Yeah.
While we're at it, and I have evil you on my shoulder over here. Okay. Can you tell us what that thing is on my shoulder you're putting on my shoulder? What that's about, Nanette?
The chip? You got a chip on your shoulder?
Yeah, it's a Hit the Road Jack chip. Your album cover, you ding dong.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I didn't recognize that to be on your shoulder. I feel like that's behind you.
Well, there. Okay, is that better?
Hit the Road Jack, Finding the Zodiac. It's a great walk through the life of my suspect as it pertains to his proximity in regards to multiple unsolved serial killings around the United States, communications that were written by the suspect to law enforcement and media, which all seem to carry pretty much the same tune. And I identified the handwriting of Jack Terrence. So we walked through his life from beginning to end and how he revolves around all of these things that are going on, his capabilities, his training, everything that makes him the perfect serial killer.
And see, the last thing she says perfect, so it just proves she's in love with him.
He's never been caught. We're standing 60, 70 years out.
Are you in love with him?
Oh, a little enamored.
See? See? There it is, folks. Like, I say things and it sounds outlandish, but then you get people to admit it, especially when it comes to women, right? Rebel, like, we used to do a bit on this show where I would call random women, like women I knew, but they didn't know they were getting called, okay, live on the air. And I would say, are you a psycho bitch? And every single one of them, Rebel can testify to this, and there were like, I don't know, probably 100 of them we called. Every single one of them, including Thing One, they all said yes. Without
then they must have been
hesitation.
hot, because I'm going with the Barney scale. You got to be as equally hot as you are psycho.
Oh, yeah. I love the hot, crazy Matrix, okay?
And if you're more psycho, you deserve to go to jail.
Hey, do me a favor, Juan. Do a Google search for the video for the hot, crazy Matrix. I'm glad we brought it up because I'm sure we can find a serial killer on that hot, crazy Matrix. We're going to play that video, and we're going to see what people think. But
Crazy Matrix.
You don't remember the hot, crazy Matrix, Rebel?
Oh, I do. I can't believe it came back up. The hot.
I always pick. It is true though. Like, here's what I've found in my research as Pipeman. Okay, that the hottest model type women are the ones that are the most psycho, have the worst self-esteem, and they're not worth the looks.
Ooh, you're hurting some feelers today.
Yeah, but you know,
no wonder their self-esteem is low.
But I'm hurting the mean girl. I'm hurting the mean girl feelers, okay? Because it's the mean girls I'm talking to, and they're the ones saying shit to all the ugly girls, okay? So now it's their turn. You know,
okay,
the ugly girls.
The hot crazy Matrix video is about 5 minutes long. Do you want to play the whole thing?
I think we do, but not yet. Okay, let's hold on.
Okay.
But I think, is there a way we can play it and talk at the same time? Can you make that happen for us?
Just mute the video.
All right, we'll do that, and I'll give you the cue when to start, and that's how we'll do it. Okay. And so how come we're not 3 side by side? Oh, probably because of Juan, because Juan's a ghost today, by the way.
Evidently.
Yeah.
But we still love him.
He heard you were coming on, and he didn't want to come on the show.
I'm sorry, Nanette. I didn't mean to ghost you.
He's ghosting us on What the Fuck Wednesday. Oh my.
There it is. Okay. So before we get to this video, you're going to love this. The hot, crazy Matrix. They should call this the Pipeman Matrix, basically. Okay. But finish what I was saying, though. Okay. So the ugly girls, you know, they have the personality. So, you know, the mean girls, they make fun of the ugly girls. So the ugly girls make fun of the personality of the hot girls. That's basically how it goes.
Sounds about right.
See, you're a female and you agree with me.
It's a sad state of affairs, but it's true. I
say these things, and coming from a male, it sounds bad, but then all females like in their head are going, yeah, he's kind of right.
I've thought to myself many times, like, beauty doesn't make up for attitude.
Yeah. So what happens when you don't have either? Can you tell us? Do you have experience?
Do I personally?
Yeah.
She's one of the hot girls. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm not the hot girl, but I giggle. I laugh. And that's my gift.
What Rebel's saying, she knows what it feels like.
No, I don't know. I don't know what part of the scale you're putting me on, but I know what part of the scale I put me on. So therefore, but I don't fit on that scale.
Well, I don't know. What scale do you think you're on, Rebel? Are you a unicorn?
Am I a unicorn? To some
We're
people,
all unicorns.
No. Okay. See, I love it. She didn't remember the hot, crazy Matrix. Okay. So I want everybody just to remember right now. Okay. And we're going to say nothing else. We're about to watch the video. I want everybody right now to remember that Rebel said she is a unicorn.
Okay? I said to some people.
Yes. It doesn't matter. If it's the one person, you're still a unicorn. Okay. Let's hear on the hot, amazing, That's all, folks. Hot crazy matrix. What Rebel really is if she's a unicorn. Roll it, Juan.
Universal hot crazy matrix. It's everything a young man needs to know about women. I've developed this on my own over 46 years of living on the earth. So this is how it works.
He's got a gun on his hip.
You have your crazy axis.
There's a lot of crazy women.
And your hot axis. Hot is, as usual, measured from 0 to 10. We're all familiar with that. Crazy is measured from 4 to 10 because, of course, there's no such thing as a woman who's not at least a 4 crazy. So you got 4 to 10. This is your hot crazy line right here. Very important that you keep in mind where the hot crazy line is. As a rule,
I have no clue where any line is.
This is your no-go zone. We do not hang around and date and marry women who are not, at least in our mind, a 5. So this is your no-go zone. You don't go here. We just rule this out.
I'm going there tonight.
That's the way it is. All right. Above a 5 and to about an 8 and below the crazy line, this is your fun zone.
Who said
you can hang out here
geometry in your life
and meet these girls and spend time with them? That's your fun zone. But keep in mind, when you're in the fun zone, you want to move out of the fun zone to a more permanent location. Okay. So that's the fun zone above a 5, hot, below an 8, hot, and below the crazy line. This means these are most of the time not crazy. Okay. Above the danger zone.
Well, then how come I marry people below that line?
We have
or above that line, actually. Yeah, that's where I marry.
This is your redheads, your strippers, anyone named Tiffany. This is hairdressers. This is where your car gets keyed. You get a bunny in the pot. Your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail. Now we have some of the.
Is that like the TikTok where you got to put a finger down?
Understand something. This is not a static environment. This is a situation where you have got to use this matrix over time to develop some reliable data. It's like a dope chart, okay? Because at any moment in time, any woman that you have previously located on this chart can vanish from that location and appear anywhere else on the chart. So what you have to do is over time, collect some data. And once you have a cluster of data points, you can begin to consider that reliable. Now, moving on, you have this zone here. This is below the crazy line, above an 8 hot, but still, about a 7 crazy. This is your date zone. You can stay in the date zone indefinitely. These are women that you introduce to your friends and your family. They're good looking and they're reasonably not crazy most of the time.
Yeah, okay? Where do I meet them?
You can stay here indefinitely. Now,
that's the friend zone.
Yeah.
Above an 8 hot and between about a 7 and a 5 crazy, this is your wife zone. Okay? When you meet this girl, you should consider a long-term relationship. This zone is not scaled to size. This is a representation and not an actual. This is not a pie chart showing you how many of these people are out there. This is simply a representation of what you're after.
I was going to say, thing 1 and thing 2 wouldn't fit in there.
Crazy above an 8 hot. That's your wife zone. Okay. Now, below a 5 crazy and above an 8 hot, this is your unicorn zone. These things don't exist.
I knew that was coming.
If you find a unicorn, please capture it safely, keep it alive. We'd like to study it and maybe look at how to replicate that. Okay. So I was explaining this to a guy one time, and he said, "Wait a minute. I met this girl, and she's like smoking hot. She's like at least a 9, and she's chill. She's totally cool. She's like not even a 3 crazy." I said, "You're telling me you've met a girl, she's a 9 hot, and she's like a 2 or a 3 crazy?" He said, "Yeah, man, I like her a lot." I said, you should be careful. That's a dude. You're talking to a tranny. So you got to be careful, because down here below a 4 crazy and above an 8 hot, you're probably talking to a dude. That is the universal hot crazy matrix.
Never trust the living.
That is exactly what.
So it turns out it wasn't Irish Ginger. It was Rebel all along. That was the transgender.
No, there's 2 different things he said. A unicorn and then a dude. So
No. He said that's a dude, meaning the unicorn is the dude.
He said a 9 and a 3 is a tranny, but there was a level between 3 and 5 at a 9-10 that would make you a unicorn.
So I guess the question here is Rebel.
Math classes for him right away.
Rebel, the question here is what level of crazy are you?
She's 12.
Above the chart.
She's 12 for sure.
Then she cannot be a unicorn.
Yeah,
there's another thing up there that tells you stay away from that one.
I have definitely dated many of the 10 hot, 10 crazy, and it is exhausting.
Is it too soon to say that I would totally threaten you with a good time?
There's no doubt about it. You are definitely a 10 crazy on that hot crazy matrix for sure. Just saying.
I call that fun. F is for friends who do things together.
If someone walks into the same room as you and the lights start flashing red, that is not fun.
Oh.
I feel like that's like bound chicka wow wow.
Yeah, see, she thinks it's fun. Okay. Rebel, I have a very important question for you, and then we're going to get back. And after this question, I want to talk to Nanette about whether Jack had a lot of women in love with him besides Nanette. Okay, so Rebel,
Yes.
What national day is it anyway?
It's multiple personality day.
All right, that's my day. That's my day right there.
I got a spike for each one of them hanging out up here.
Is it really multiple personality day?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I have a question about this one. Who celebrates that one?
Right.
Like, which personality celebrates it?
They all get to come out and play for. It depends. I guess you have to exponentially divide the personalities between the hours of the day.
Do you have to schedule it and say okay, it's a rotating shift type of schedule. Got it.
Everybody gets a turn.
What other days? What other days are it today, Rebel?
National Absence Day.
Too bad you're not absent. Go on.
Cinco de Mayo Day.
Yeah, see, I was talking about that. Like, what a bullshit holiday. Like, the Mexicans can't have anything. Like, they have Cinco de Mayo Day, so we got, Cinco de Mayo, blah, blah, this stupid fucking day. Just a reason to drink. Okay, go on.
Is that really a thing?
Well, that's why it's National Absence Day. They had to match it.
Well, no, this is warm up for St. Patty's.
Absence or body absence?
Yeah, this is a warm up for St. Patty's Day. You got to warm up for St. Patty's Day because not everybody can keep up with the Irish. All right, go ahead.
I got green on. Oh, you can't see it. Got my green
Remember,
on.
if you're drinking, you need to.
This isn't about whether you're horny or not. Sorry, Rebel. Go ahead.
National Cheese Doodle Day because with all the drinking, you got to eat something. National Poutine Day.
What is that a Louisiana thing? Like, did you get that off of your parish's website or something?
No.
Is it a pudding?
No, it looks like fries with something on it. I don't know. Poutine. P-O-U-T-I-N.
That was a very racist comment, Nanette. Okay, go on, Rebel.
What?
because she said pudding, that you're saying, is that a real thing? Okay, go on.
Well, of course, for the religious people, it's Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
Go to
Hold on. I
church.
want to talk about that for a second. You know, I hope I don't insult any Jews. Oh, I won't. But like, what kind of religion has you take the ashes off your cigarette and put it on your forehead? Okay, that's what I want to know. Like,
take
I don't
ashes
know.
off of cigarettes.
It's any ashes can go up there. Like, would you know the
no.
difference? If you walked up to somebody and they had ashes from their cigarette on their head, would you know the difference, Rebel?
Whose ashes is it?
Oh,
Like, if it's not from a
Burn
cigarette, it
balls.
has to be from a body. Where else do you
But
get the ashes?
the thing is, the ashes are always black.
Are
Here,
they?
Yeah.
Here's the question. Here's the
Depends on
question,
what you burn.
Nanette. How many people did Jack put ashes on their forehead? Like, has there been a serial killer that's what they do? They only kill. It's kind of like, you know, Halloween. Somebody's got to write a movie, Ash Wednesday, and there's some psycho killer that goes around and just puts ashes on people's foreheads. But when he does that, he just pokes right through their forehead.
Okay,
So the
well, hold
ashes
on,
go
hold on.
into
I
their
think you're-
brain.
I got it for you.
I
No,
looked it
got
up.
it for
It's,
you.
I looked it
it's
up.
an
It says-
episode of Dexter.
It says
It's a
the ashes
definitely.
used for Ash Wednesday are typically made from the burned palm fronds from the previous
ya.
year's Palm Sunday celebrations.
Told
That is
ya.
true. That is true. Actually, in all seriousness, that is from where it's from. But go ahead,
Okay,
Rebel.
but
What were you going to say?
I got the serial killer movie all ready for you. Okay, it's called Ash Wednesday, but it's a female serial killer. She marks the heads with ashes of the previous guy she burnt on the new one.
And her name is Ashley.
No, listen. She's killing these dudes because she was cheated on really badly. And that's where
No,
it's
I got to add to this.
And so she
Okay, I
keeps
got
going
it. I got it.
I got to add to this. She's jealous because they're all in love with another serial killer.
No. This will tie it together. This will tie it together. Okay, listen to me. Ashley was a stripper that her husband cheated on her with, and then she became a serial killer, and she only kills cheaters.
Killed Ashley's. Oh,
That's why her name is Ash
Right, she
Wednesday.
only kills cheaters.
Her name is Ash Wednesday because
Did they only
found
cheat
out
on
that a
Wednesday?
stripper named Ashley cheated on, like he cheated on her on a Wednesday with a stripper
Yeah.
named Ashley.
Yeah, on the Wednesday, exactly.
That's why
There
her
were
name
some-
is
There you go.
Ash Wednesday.
there were
we
several
go.
segments on Dexter with John Lithgow playing the serial killer who was using his mother's ashes to mark the women and the people that he was killing, right?
Sounds like
Yeah,
psycho-
that's true.
Yeah. So ashes are a
Wow.
thing.
Well, see, Nanette really does know her serial killer stuff. Like, the only way you can really be that proficient in serial killing is by actually serial killing. Just saying. But anyway,
Just
okay.
follow research.
All right. So I'm gonna shoot out. We're gonna play a game here. I'm gonna shoot out quick questions to you, Nanette, and you just answer with the first thing that comes to your head.
Butterflies.
Okay. Zodiac Killer, JFK.
Conspiracy.
Zodiac Killer, RFK.
Conspiracy.
Is RFK Jr. the Zodiac?
No. And neither is Ted Cruz.
Okay. Well,
Politicians are too busy for that mess.
That's
They don't have that kind of time.
Ted Cruz is
Storing
an
bodies, getting
alien.
ready bodies.
Okay. All right.
Chris Christie, not.
Who was the serial killer that assassinated MLK?
I don't know that he was a serial killer, but still conspiracy. I mean, why else is the government talking about releasing all these
Okay.
files at once? Because it's all a conspiracy.
Right? Okay, so here we have the most important question of all. Okay. Do you know if the Zodiac Killer is the one that killed Paul McCartney in 1969?
I didn't know that he was killed.
You didn't know about that? Yeah, no.
No.
Listen, you gotta go get albums now. Okay, you gotta get some Beatles albums. Okay, there was a 1969 radio show where they announced Paul McCartney was dead. Okay, it's been a conspiracy ever since, and apparently they got this guy who was like a tribute guy. It looked exactly like him to replace him. Didn't tell the world. They put clues on a bunch of their albums. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band has tons of clues. The song, A Story in the Life, is about his death because he died in a car crash. And did you read the news today? Oh, boy. Yeah. And so there you go, Miss True Crime Person. Your job for the next appearance on this show, The Adventures of Pipeman, is I want you to find out if Paul McCartney is indeed dead or if he's alive, and maybe use your handwriting expert stuff to figure out if his handwriting changed after 1969. Because even recently, there is news, and I'm going to ask this probably in an interview from somebody that knows him well said, yes, indeed, this Paul McCartney is still the fake.
Okay, so before I go researching this, I need to know: is he wanted for tax evasion, RICO statutes?
No, that.
Why would you just
you need to play some Beatles albums backwards. They will give you the clues. Listen to Revolution Number 9 backwards. Okay,
I don't want my ex back. I don't want my dog back. I don't want the house back.
Revolution Number 9, where it says you know that song that we all think is the stupidest Beatles song? Like, what the hell is with that? Where it's just like the whole song is number 9, number 9. Well, when you play it backwards, it says, Paul's a dead man, kill him, kill him. Paul is a dead man, kill him, kill him. There's also on Abbey Road. On the back of the album, he's the only one with his back facing because he's dead. There's stuff on Magical Mystery Tour. There's multiple albums that have multiple different hints. And it was the most brilliant marketing idea ever in history to sell so many albums because people bought Beatles albums just for the hints. But there's still conspiracy now that it happened. There's still, so I want you to find out, did it happen? Didn't it happen? In the meantime, I want to know, can you tell me if go listen to the 1969 radio show where it was announced, just like War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds was a radio show and everybody thought we were getting attacked by Martians. This is what I miss about when we first started this network.
I thought they just released evidence that we were. That's how they had all the aliens in 51.
No, that was a different aliens. Okay, that's not the War of the Worlds aliens. Okay,
that's the reason we can't have that much fun anymore on radio.
Exactly, because radio is always theater of the mind, and you can't do it as well anymore. Except I did in 2016 spread some fake news, which we talked about last What the Fuck Wednesday, where I said that Donald Trump, when he first got elected, I told my co-host, and she bought into it, and I said it was news you would only find on the Pipeman Facebook, and that Trump was going to attack Canada. And look at this. It was not fake news. It was prophetic, because here we are at war with Canada. Oh, you don't know? Yeah, we're at
Simpsons? Are you on The Simpsons?
No.
Why? Predicting the future?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on. So real quick, I have one last question for you. Two last questions for you, Nanette Barto. Okay. One is, how many women do you know of that, in theory, were in love with Jack?
Other than his wives, and I don't.
Wait there. Why do all serial killers have women fall in love with them, get married to them? They have no clue. How are you married to somebody? Have no clue that he's like.
He actually married two of them, at the same time. So he
What,
had to
what
go
year
back.
did you get divorced? Did you get divorced?
Well, they thought the divorce had gone through in 71 for his second wife. While married to his third wife, found out that hadn't gone through. So they had to annul their marriage, get the divorce.
Oh,
From
is
the
that
second wife.
how your marriage got annulled?
Mine?
Yeah. Because
No,
I
he was a
asked you, you answered the wrong question. I asked you before when you got divorced.
When I got divorced?
Yeah, from the Zodiac.
I haven't gotten divorced yet. I still have plenty left to play.
And I have one more question and two more questions, actually. Did the Zodiac Killer and a Kodiak Bear ever have sexual relations?
Doesn't mean it didn't happen if you didn't see it in the woods.
Okay, that's a perfect answer. Okay, now tell everybody how they reach out to you, listen to your show, watch your show, check out your podcast, check you out, pick you up at a festival, whatever you want to tell them.
You can find me at www.findingthezodiacradio.com for all episodes every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. You can find me on your wonderful channel. What do I call that? It's not Talk4TV, right? It's W4CY.
Well, you are on Talk4TV, but you're also on and this is W4CY Radio. This is also Talk4TV, but you're on our sister station, K4HD Radio.
K4HD. That'd be me.
That's you at K4HD.com. That's where they catch your show. Okay, I'm glad you knew that.
I'm lousy with acronyms.
All right, and one last question, then we're going to end the show. Rebel, how many serial killers that were not KKK did you have sex with?
I can't answer that question because I'm still under the gag order. Sorry.
Pleading the fifth.
Are you like gagged right now?
No.
Do you have a good gag reflex, Rebel?
We all got quiet. She said yes.
Well, what the fuck? Okay, that's it. What the fuck Wednesday?
In 1.5 seconds.
All right, if you missed any part of this show, you are damn lucky. Okay, and so you can tune into the Adventures of Pipeman live 1 p.m. Eastern Time, W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. We'll be back on Monday with Motivational Monday, Tuesday with Travel Tuesday, and next Wednesday, and we always have a lot to talk about there, What the Fuck Wednesday, because all I ever do all day long in 2025 is say, what the fuck? And I don't think I've ever said that in my life, but what the fuck?
Never.
So thanks for being here, Pipe Nuts, and you too, Nanette. You know, thanks for performing all this researching, having sexual relations with serial killers to help us find them. And
like you said, it's safest to date one because they don't want to kill you.
Yeah. So what she's saying is, if any of you out there are a serial killer and you want a hot date, reach out to Nanette.
Shush
we
your
need
mouth.
to make a commercial about that.
Thanks for listening. She'll be back again soon, unless she ghosts us, or maybe she won't be ghosting us. Maybe the serial killer will ghost her.
Will ghost me.
Yes, it could happen. Stay tuned. Tune in again to find out. Roll it, Juan.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.